Good morning, students. Today we will solve some numericals from the chapter electric field and electric charges. So the first numerical we will solve here. This problem number 1. The electric field component. The electric field x I cap. So it is in the direction of x-axis. It means that the direction of electric fields is along the x-axis. Now the direction component or the electric field along the y-axis and z-axis, it is given as a 0. So we can see the direction of this area vector, and we can find the electric flux which are passing through these three surfaces. So we have a formula to find the electric flux, that is phi. It is nothing but electric flux integration of E dot dA. So dA is the area and E is the electric field. So it is the dot product of electric field and area vector. So we can write this dot product E dA cos theta. So we will find first what is the electric flux which are passing through the this surface first, and after that we will find the electric flux which will pass through the second and third square. So let's find the electric flux for which is passing through the first square. So this is the phi 1 which is equal to the E dot dA, and this phi 1 is equal to, it is given E1, that is 2x I cap and dot dA area. So the area of this square, it is given 5 meter length and 5 meter breadth, because it is a square shape. So we can just put the value of area, that is 2 times x I cap dot. So area vector is in the direction of x-axis, so we can write it is a 25 I cap. So we'll calculate this dot product I dot I, it is 1, and it is a 2 times x multiplied by 25. So this will be the phi 1, that is electric flux which are passing through the first surface. You can see in the figure this point or this area of the first square, it is a starting point from where the electric flux is passing. So the value of x for the first surface is 0. So we will put the value of phi 1 in this equation, 2 multiplied by value of x is 0 multiplied by 25, which gives us 0 flux. Okay, so the unit of flux is a Newton meter square per coulomb. So this is the flux for this first surface. Now let's find the flux for the second surface, phi 2. Phi 2, we can again use the formula E dot. Okay, so electric field that is passing through each surface is same, so we can write either E1 is equal to E and this area dA. So it is equal to the E that is given, it is equal to integration of this area vector, it is given twice x I cap dot area, it is a 25 I cap. Okay, so you can write here this area vector, that is dot product. After calculating it, we will get the 2x multiplied by 25. So 2 multiplied by the value of x for the second surface, it is at a distance, you can see in this figure, this second surface is at a distance 1 meter from this origin, so we can put the value of x is equal to 1. So we will put the value of x is equal to 1 here, and this 25, so the phi 2 is equal to 50 Newton meter square per coulomb. What is the direction of electric flux? No, flux will not have direction because it is a scalar quantity. Now third, phi 3. Phi 3, it is a E dot dA again. We will find this electric flux which are passing through the third surface, and that will be electric field, it will be 2x I cap dot 25 I cap. Again it will be 2x multiplied by 25. So phi 3, so you can see the value of x for the third surface here. So you see this is the 1 meter and this is 2 meter, so it will be 1 plus 2, that is given 3 meter. So the value of x, that is the position of the square, third square from the origin, it is a 3 meter. So we will put the value 2 multiplied by 3 into 25, and that is giving 25 3 is 75. So 75 multiplied by 2, it is giving 150 Newton meter square per coulomb. So these are the values for the electric flux which are passing to the first, second and third surfaces. Okay. Now come to the another question which are related to the same topic. The second question is, calculate the work required to separate two charges, that is 5 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb, placed at minus 3 centimeter, 0, 0 and plus 3 centimeter, 0, 0 infinitely away from each other. Okay, so we have to find the work required to separate these two charges. So here we can find the work done, or it is a required work to separate these two charges. Solution. So we can draw this diagram here. Or we can draw like this. So this is the x-axis, and in this x-axis we can like this, negative x-axis this way. So this is at 1, 2 and 3 plus 3. The another charge coulomb is 2 microcoulomb, 3 centimeter from origin, because the second coordinate and third coordinate is 0, so it is on the x-axis. And in case of this first charge, it is a 5 microcoulomb, that is also at the 3 centimeter, so negative direction is that. It is a negative x direction, so 1, 2 and 3, so I can write my plus 5 microcoulomb. So this means that this is at a distance 6 centimeter from one another, and we have to find work required to separate these two charges. So we have the D from the figure, that's D. It is a distance between two charges, that is equal to 3 centimeter plus 3 centimeter gives us 6 centimeter. And the charges is also given Q1, that is 5 microcoulomb, and Q2 minus 2 microcoulomb. So we can find the first force, and then we can find this work done to separate these two charges. So here the work done is the force multiplied by displacement work is equal to K into Q. 1 q2 upon the r square. Okay, and this is also the d value of d we can put here. So we will get work done is equal to the value of k into q1, value of q1, that is 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 microcoulomb, that is means 5 microcoulomb is 5 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. The value of second charge, that is minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb divided by this distance, that is we can write it is a 6 into 10 to the power minus 2 bracket square, and this d is also this, so we can write 6 into 10 to the power minus 2, it is in meter. So one, this will get cancelled and we can find these values. The value of k, this w is equal to, we will put the value of k, that is 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 9, and the charge of from the origin, that is 5 microcoulomb, means 5 into 10 to the power minus 6, second minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 6, and this distance we can write 6 into 10 to the power minus 2. So we can write w is equal to this value, 5 6 9 5 so we can divide here, 3 2 6, and it will be 3. So we will divide this or this 2 will get cancelled to the minus 1. So 3 5 15, it's minus 15 into this power plus 9 minus 6, that is equal to minus 15 into 10 to the power minus 3, and this work done. We can find here this 10 to the power minus 2 comes to the numerator, it becomes 10 to the power plus 2, and it will become minus 15 into 10 to the power minus 1. So work done is equal to, it is minus 1.5 joule. So this is the answer and this is the work done. So that is required to separate these two charges. Next question. If the distance between two equal point charges, equal point charges is doubled and their individual charges are doubled, what would happen to the force between them? So we have two charges and these two charges are separated by one another at a distance r from one another, and also that if the distance of these two charges is doubled and their charge is also doubled, then what would be the changes in their force? So solution, we have two charge particles, this is first charge, this is another charge, and this is a q coulomb, this is also q coulomb, and these are the equal point charges. So we have written one first point is the first charge is q and second also q, and the distance between them is r. Then we have the coulomb force, that F is equal to k q into q upon r squared. So for this F is equal to k q squared upon r squared, this will be the force. Now this distance we have doubled and their charge also doubled, so this suppose distance it is a 2r, and this charge 2q and this is 2q. So what will be the force, or what will be the change in force if the distance of these two charges is doubled and their charge is also doubled? So simply F dash is equal to, again, k constant proportionality, and the charge of the second charge divided by the square of distance, that is twice r whole bracket square. This is according to the Coulomb's law. So k this 2q multiplied by 2q, it is a 4q squared divided by this square of twice r, it is a 4r squared. This 4 get cancelled, kq squared upon r squared. So this is similar to the equation first. Hence if even that if the v distance is doubled and their charge is doubled, then the force between these two charges remains same. So f dash is the same as a original force. Okay. So if we increase the distance, or it is double the initial and the charge is also doubled, that time the force will not change, it will remains same as it is a original. But if we only change the distance, and that time we will find the new force, that time it will be different than original force. Or even if we change the value of charge, then only the change the value of charge of anyone, then the force between these two charge particle will be different from the original. So the question, next question, figure shows three charges. Figure shows three charges, that is plus 2q comma minus q and plus 3q. Two charges plus 2q and minus q are enclosed within a surface S. What is the electric flux due to this configuration through the surface S? And we have a figure, and in this figure these two charges 2q and minus q are within the surface, within this three-dimensional object, and this one another charge, it is outside this surface. So this is the surface area of this object. So we have to find what is the net charge due to these three charges. So total electric flux due to these three charges, that we have to find, and we will use Gauss law. Using Gauss law, flux through the surface S, the flux through this total surface is the net charge enclosed by the surface S divided by epsilon naught. So what is net charge? Summation of q divided by epsilon naught. So here, when this charge is outside this surface, then we consider the electric flux due to this charge is 0. So we will consider only the flux due to these two charges which are within the surface. So here we will write the plus 2q and minus q divided by epsilon naught. So it is a 2q minus q, it is a q upon epsilon naught. This will be the value of electric flux. So phi E is q upon epsilon naught, that is the electric flux, net electric flux due to these three charges. The charge particle is outside the surface, then we will not consider the flux due to this charge. The charge, if accumulated on the surface or within the surface, only the electric flux because of these charges. So the answer, total electric flux or net electric flux, will be q upon epsilon naught. So let's start another question. A positive charge Q exerts a force of magnitude minus 0.2 Newton on another charge minus q. Find the magnitude of each charge if the distance separating them is equal to 50 centimeter. So these quantities we have to use in this formula. So these are the important quantities. So I will here this double line on this number, so we can find the magnitude of force due to these charges. So what we have to calculate first, we have to find the magnitude of each of the distance separating. So we have to find magnitude of each of the charge. So we have to find the charge. Okay, so that is important. Here we have to find the charge, magnitude of the charge. And how many charges are there? So a positive charge Q exerts a force of magnitude minus 0.2 Newton on another charge minus Q. So we will draw the first diagram. Diagram is very important. Whenever the problem is there, that time we have to first draw the diagram, so that we can understand what values is given and what we have to calculate. Okay, so this the charge, okay, this positive charge plus Q and this another charge minus Q, and the force applied, that is minus 0.2 Newton. We have to find the value of this Q, magnitude of the charge, that is minus Q equal to plus Q equal to Q. So we have to find magnitude of charge, and they separated by distance 50 centimeter from one another. Okay, so that's fine. So how can we find the magnitude of the charge? So we will use simple Coulomb's law. Using Coulomb's law, we know very well that the force between these two charges F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 upon square of the distance between these two charge particles. We will put the value, and the value of F, it is given F is equal to minus 0.2 Newton, and value of Q1 Q2 it is given first with the positive Q, second is the minus Q, and distance between these two charges is a 50 centimeters. So we can write here the F value, that is minus 0.2 equal to, so they said we have to find the magnitude